New year, we should talk about a new deck. I'm Warren with Crackerjack Games. If you like what you see here, you can follow me on YouTube. And you can head over to crackerjackgames.ca to pick up your own Magic cards. We're going to take Mirko, Obsessive Theorist, and see what we can truly do with a deck like this. Now, one of the things that happened when this card came out is they errated a lot of cards that didn't actually say Surveil on them to now mean Surveil. So it's worth checking the Oracle text on some cards. If you think they might be Surveil cards, they probably are. Well, we got to Surveil, we got to get cards in our graveyard, and we got to make Mirko as big as we possibly can so we can bring up some really big creatures. And to start that, I'm going to say, consider the land base. We need to make a few more land drops than you normally would, even if you're not going ahead on lands. So I'm here putting a Polluted Delta here, but if you need it to be, this can be Evolving Wilds and Terramorphic Expanse. Arid Archway allows you to pick up lands and go again, and that's the same with Dimir Aqueduct. And the reason you want to do that is because we're playing Hedron Crab and we want to mill ourselves to put a bunch of cards in the graveyard. It's a small thing, but if you can make your lands do work for you in the deck, you might as well. We also get to play my favorite card of all time, Search for Azcanta, which will ramp and turn into a land that lets you impulse. But more importantly, you surveil one every turn. Maybe you need a specific threat to hit the board. Well, we're going to play Entomb, and we're going to play Reanimate. That way, once people realize what you're doing with Mirko, you're still going to have a chance to put big creatures from graveyards onto the battlefield. Obviously, that means we're playing Animate Dead as well. Now, like I mentioned, there are a lot of cards that say Surveil on them, so it can be something as simple as Consider. We're definitely going to play Enhanced Surveillance. This is going to be just absolutely huge for the deck. One of my favorite draft bombs of all time, Dream Eater, Flash, Surveil 4, Bounce something, all that's really good. We also get to play Candlestick and equip it to Mirko. And how about Charnel Serenade? Put away on layaway and get some action from it later. We'll play Coastal Bulwark so we can repeatedly surveil. And we're going to play Connive Concoct. The Concoct size has Surveil 3 and Reanimate, so that's good. Contingency Plan now just reads Surveil 5. Cruel Witness is great. Surveil 1 whenever you cast a non-creature spell. That seems like a repeatable win to me. Maybe you want to get a little assassin action in there with Desmond Miles. Lots of decks love a draw 2, lose 2 kind of thing, and Dire Sight gives us that plus Surveil 2. One of the most obnoxious things you could do back in Guilds of Ravnica was play Disinformation Campaign. Surveil, pick this up, do it again. All those things sound really good in a Dimir deck. And of course, we're playing Doom Whisperer, pay 2 life, Surveil 2. This is going to pump up Mirko so big. Now, what are we bringing back? Well, the obvious answer is clones. And the biggest reason for that is they have 0 power in the graveyard, so immediately they'll be able to come back on your end step. Heck, we'll even play Clone. I'm also thinking we're playing Twilight Prophet, and we can play Auton Soldier, which is going to make more and more versions of whatever card you clone. Satoru's going to draw us cards when these creatures come back. That's really cool. If you haven't seen Metamorphosis Fanatic in practice yet, you should really take a look. Yeah, the Miracle trigger is great, but it triggers to bring something else back, even if you don't cast it. So this becomes 2 creatures back. I think that Mirko is going to get really big, so we might as well have absolutely huge bombs in the deck as well, like Valgavoth, Terror Eater. And just for fun, how about good old Gyruda to bring back even mana things? If that still doesn't do it for you, maybe we put in the big slug himself, Toxrill. What do you think about that? So like any good Dimir deck, it's going to be a little bit deliberate to start the game. But once you get going and start flipping things onto the board over and over and over again, people aren't going to know what to do. And you are going to have a great time with your new deck in 2025. Hope this helps.